Hey guys, it is Admin. Welcome to another Datapack showcase video. Today's video is for the Moar Helmets Datapack that was made for Camp Minecraft. I'm guessing a lot of you already know what Camp Minecraft is, as that is probably how you found this pack, but essentially Henry and Sigils decided that they wanted to have me make a couple custom datapacks for them, so I did that. In fact, I made 4 custom datapacks for them. There is an iCard in the top right to a playlist with all 4 datapacks. But real quick, before we get started, I just wanted to say a little bit about myself, as a lot of you are probably new to my channel and might not know who I am. Okay, so my name is Admin4cc. I lead the WASD build team. It has mostly been disbanded at this point, but occasionally the other 2 members do hop on to help me from time to time. Okay, so I mostly make data packs, and I post all of them on my channel, but I also work full-time for log.zip as a data pack developer. But occasionally people like Henry or Sigils or some other YouTubers will ask me to make a custom data pack for them, and I am more than happy to do so. If you do find these data packs interesting, I'm sure you will like the rest of the content on my channel. It is all very similar to these. I post weekly videos, so hit that subscribe button so you do not miss out on future content that I make. But without further ado, let's jump into this data pack. To get started, we're going to need a custom crafter. This is a dropper that's facing upwards, and then you drop a crafting table on top, and that gives us the custom crafter. Every recipe from this pack, as well as all of my other packs, use the custom crafter. Alright, so the Moar Helmets pack adds 7 new helmets to the game. They all have unique abilities to them. If you followed my work, you'll know I generally try to avoid just statistical upgrades, such as like slightly more damage or slightly more armor, in favor of doing custom effects or stuff of that nature. So in this case, all of the helmets will actually provide worse armor than, say, like a diamond helmet, but they have the advantage of having their special ability. So let's jump into the recipes of them, and then we'll show off what they do. Let's start by crafting the Helm of the Deep. This is by far the most expensive helmet. It needs 2 Heart of the Seas, a conduit, 2 diamonds, and a turtle shell. And that will give us the Helm of the Deep. I have the advanced tooltips on, so you can see this is actually a leather helmet, and because of that it will give us 1 armor durability. That's due to a limitation inside the game where I cannot import custom textures for armor. So my best option was just to go with leather helmets and change their color, and then make maybe the texture of the item look unique. So what does the Helm of the Deep actually do? Well, it gives us a permanent conduit's power while worn. Obviously when we take it off this goes away, but while it's worn, we get conduit's power. If you don't know what that does, essentially it will make it so that our air points do not go down, plus we get essentially night vision underwater, so it's a lot easier to see things underwater. This helmet's very powerful because it essentially would let you make an underwater base without needing really anything. So while it doesn't provide much armor points, it is the perfect helmet for swimming underwater. Alright, helmet number 2 is the Helm of Knowledge. To craft this, we need 3 glowstone and 2 spectral arrows. And we get our Helm of Knowledge. This, while worn, makes all nearby mobs within 15 blocks start to glow. So you can see the rabbit right there is starting to glow. This would also work for, say, Husk, so hostile and passive. And while mobs are glowing, you are able to see them through blocks. It doesn't make players glow, but it does work on every mob in the game. So this sort of acts like a short-range X-ray for mobs. So this one's fairly useful. It's not blatantly overpowered or anything, it's kind of just decently useful. The next helmet is the mining helmet. The idea of this is that essentially you're placing a torch on your helmet. So we take 2 diamond blocks, an iron helmet, a torch, and a night vision potion, specifically a long night vision potion, and that gives us the mining helmet. While worn, we get permanent night vision, so this one is extremely powerful. If we go into spectator mode, you'll see that things are illuminated. does look like there might be a little bit of an issue with the light flickering. I will fix that for the actual release of the pack. Alright, so our next helmet is the Librarian Hat. To craft the Librarian Hat, we are actually going to need 3 XP diamonds. These diamonds come from our Moar Swords data pack that Camp Minecraft also uses. If you have not already seen that pack, check out the iCard in the top right. It will go to a playlist with all of the Swords videos. That being said, this pack is actually dependent on that one in order for the XP diamond recipe. So, to make it, essentially we just need a diamond and 4 experience bottles, and that gives us an XP diamond. We need to make 3 of these, and then once we have 3, we can make the XP, or the Librarian's helmet. So the recipe for this, we take the 3 XP diamonds, then 2 lapis blocks, and then finally 3 books for a Librarian Hat. You might be wondering why the recipe is so expensive. Well, the Librarian Hat, when worn, will give you 5 experience points, not levels, points, but every single minute. So as I'm wearing this, we'll see that my XP will very slowly increase, but at a rate of 5 per minute, that is essentially equivalent to killing 1 zombie per minute. While 5 XP might not sound like that much, it will actually add up over time and will be very useful for enchanting. Worth noting though, because it's not an XP orb, it will not count towards mending. To see just how much XP this is, I can fast forward the timer, and you'll see that went up a fairly substantial amount. I can do that again, and it went up even more, and so on. So this is quite the powerful item, and wearing it could essentially act as a passive XP source. Next up is the Helmet of Tranquility. This is a bit of a troll item that was suggested by Sigils, I believe. And as you know, he's very much so a troll person, and so he specifically wanted this. Due to the fact that it is a troll item, the recipe is not too expensive, just 2 chorus fruit and 3 shulker shells for the Helmet of Tranquility. This helmet, while worn, gives you levitation. The levitation actually lasts for 5 seconds though, and so even if you take it off, you'll levitate a bit further up. The actual point of this, I'm not entirely sure, as it wasn't my idea. It could be definitely useful as like a tool to purposely gain height, or if you put it on your friends, unwittingly they could accidentally take a lot of fall damage. So, kind of a silly item, but I like it a lot. Next up, we have the Lucky Hat. I believe Sigils actually made this in his playthrough of Camp Minecraft. It's 3 gold blocks and 2 lapis blocks for the Lucky Hat. While worn, this gives you a 100% luck increase. This means that loot chests throughout the world will have better loot, and while fishing, you will get slightly better rewards. It's not that substantial, but it's a little bit. Overall, this helmet is not particularly great, but it's also not all that expensive, and so not a big deal. So yeah, it gives you luck 2, which is a somewhat powerful effect, but in reality it's probably not that useful. One situation where it would be really powerful is in an end city. The loot in an end city is extremely strong to begin with, so the luck would make it even better. And last but certainly not least, we have the Farmer's Hat. That's crafted with 2 diamond hoes, 3 hay bales, a potato on the left, and a carrot on the right. So we got our farming hat. There's definitely an argument to be made that this might be the most powerful hat added by the pack. It's in contention between the mining hat, the Helm of the Deep, and this one. So what this hat does is that every, I don't know, like 10 seconds or so, it will attempt to grow a couple crops. It does this in a, I believe, a 5x5 area, and if it does choose a crop, it will increase the growth state by 1. To put that in perspective, bone meal will increase it between 3 to 5. Overall, this hat ends up increasing the growth speed of your crops substantially, but you still have to manually harvest them, so it's not necessarily the most broken thing ever. But yeah, this one's definitely worth the investment that you need to make. But anyway, those were the 7 hats added by the Moar Helmets data pack. If you did like the video, make sure to leave a like on it. Also, if you are interested in supporting us, we do have a Patreon account with a lot of cool rewards on it. Some of the best ones include sneak peeks to projects that I'm currently working on, early releases of data packs, sometimes a couple weeks in advance, and even access to a patron-exclusive server that runs a lot of our data packs, some that aren't even published yet. So if that is something that you are interested in, there is a link to the Patreon account in the top right. But that is all I have for this data pack, so hit the subscribe button if you have not already done so, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Thanks for watching.